Hey, what is going on again, everyone? It is yours truly back at it again with a brand new tripod and a ton of new booze, ready to do these reviews for you guys again. Today's reviews, we're gonna go old school. Ernie Banks, Let's Play 2 double header. And if you know anything about me, if you've watched any of my reviews before, you know I like to do a little bit of this. So the two challenge, or the two spirit challenge, may be just that. It may be a little difficult for me to kind of condense and compress this information into one review, but I have so much new stuff for you guys that I just couldn't resist, so here we are. The two spirits today. Number one, Crown Royal Noble Collection, release number 1. And this one is your Cornerstone blend. As I've talked ad nauseum, I'm sure, to you guys about at some point, I'm a big Crown guy. I credit Crown as kind of getting me off the ground and kind of lighting my passion and my introduction, if you will, into whiskey. So had to review this one. Another one of my favorite all-time brands is Appleton's. Appleton's Old Jamaican Rum, the 21-year bottle. When I first started reviewing, my collection was much more meager and limited than it is today. I've since been able to acquire this, so we're gonna knock out both. So I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. I know it's a little bit of a cross training, if you will, in terms of two different categories, but let's jump right into it. Let's start with the Crown. So the Crown's got an interesting story, by the way. This is my palate cleanser, a little bit of sweet tea. Just felt like it today. It's a summer day, you know? Let's start with the Crown Royal. Again, if you've been tuning into Crown Royal, what they've been cranking out lately, it's been one thing after another. It kind of started with maple, and then it was apple, and now it's honey, and vanilla is coming down the pike. They're just, I mean, every couple months it seems there's new bottling. Well, this is actually a bottling that kind of piqued my interest a little bit because it's whiskey. It's not flavored Kool-Aid whiskey like they've been making. It's whiskey. And what's cool about this one is they've started to catch on to some of the bourbon guys and some of the Irish folks who do annual releases. And they kind of get that, you know, they tap into that little kid collecting baseball card mentality where you want to get the newest and greatest and, you know, put them on a shelf. And I know I'm guilty of that. So this is the first of many annual releases, and this one is the Cornerstone blend. Now, the Cornerstone blend, let's just, again, I always do this for you guys, and I know it's a little bit awkward, but let's just read it right off the back here. Showcases 3 unique whiskeys from our Gimli distillery. The whiskeys are from the heart of the Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, a spicy Canadian rye, a creamy whiskey from our unique coffee still, and a soft, sweet Canadian whiskey matured in charred American white oak. Okay, they also did a really cool job of marketing this bottling. They said that they kept the whiskey safe on a rail car somewhere. Now, if that's not a cool romantic story, I don't know what is. I love that. But, you know, going into it, I honestly had no idea what to expect taste-wise. Let me put this off this side. And you guys know I like to drink stuff for the first time with you. I couldn't resist, and again, I kind of went a long time without reviewing much, so I got to know this one a little bit. The bottle, oh, by the way, the package I like. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of my favorite in the Crown Royal family, the Cask 16 with the kind of the oval shape. But they did a really cool job. You probably can't tell, but it's like a really cool matte finish there. Price-wise, by the way, here in Northern Ohio, you're looking at right around $58 to $60. So affordable, not cheap, but definitely something you can get your hands on for a decent price. I loved what they did with the bottle. Check that out. Awesome, thick wood cork. God, the glare is getting me. There you go. Beautiful base, kind of a crystal decanter on it. You know, nice gold lettering like they always do. I think they did a really, really nice job. It looks to me like it's a $100 bottle, and I think that's cool. The bag is nothing special. It's almost exactly like the original Crown Royal bags, but all right. God, I told you I was going to be fast. We're 5 minutes and 15 seconds in. Let's jump into it. Kind of a weird, short, stubby neck for what that's worth. Like I said, guys, I try to review things the first time with you, but I couldn't resist this Crown Royal product, so I jumped into this about a week. No, I guess it's been a couple weeks now. All right. Nose. I was telling my buddy, speaking of buddies, I don't know if I gave Dan a shout out. Thank you, and a tip of my non-existent hat to you for the tripod. It's much appreciated. This is very nice to be able to do this again with you guys. So, Dan, shout out. My other buddy, Mike, a shout out. I was talking to him about this when I first got into it, and he got into it. And what I said was I think they did a great job of doing just what they tried to do, which was combine the spicy rye, like the Canadians do, like the Lat 40. Lat 40 is one of my favorite spicy rye Canadians. And then the natural, smoothness that I think Crown Royal is known for. And kind of marry those two, which is kind of hard because, in essence, they're complete opposites. But I think they did a really nice job of kind of making that hot, spicy, kind of that red hot, and then the velvety vanillas and apples and caramel flavors that I think Crown Royal is known for. The nose, I actually pick up more of the rye side than the smooth side. It's got some bite. It's got some grass clippings. It's got some not much oak at all. Tart, lively, fresh. Those are adjectives that come to mind. Not getting caramels, not getting butters, not getting butterscotch, not getting dark chocolates. A little fruit, but more of like a citrus fruit, or like I said, an apple. Maybe like pear. Color-wise, guys, the more I think about color, the less I really think it has anything to do with the product. But I would say it's a normal whiskey look. Very well balanced. I think that's kind of the thing that jumps out at me about this one is on entry, I get a little bit of the buttery, the smooth, the what makes Crown Crown. On the finish, I get some of the bite, that zest, that rye, that liveliness. And I think they just did a really, really nice job. It's not my first, or probably not my second favorite Crown, but it's in my top 3 or 4, I would say, of all time. Of the ones that I've tried, I'm going to get to that here in a second. Spoiler alert. But I like it a lot. I think it's a very solid pour. I'd put it right in that 8 range, maybe 7.5 if I'm going to be a little difficult. But I think it's a really nice value. Again, for $58, $59, I think it's a great pour. And by the way, it's limited. It's been months since it's been released here, and I still see it with somewhat frequency. So if anybody needs some, let me know. I could probably do one, cost plus shipping. The more I get to know it, the more I like it. I think it's a very solid pour. All right, guys. Sorry, that was quick for me at least, but we have a big review here that I'm super excited to knock out. One of Appleton 21-year rum. And what I love about Appletons is the fact that as age statements in general across the industry are going away and are getting vague, and especially rum producers are starting to get very, very deceptive. I'm going to call one manufacturer out, Zaya. I have the old Zaya that was produced at the former plant. I have the most recent old Zaya that was still a 12-year bottling. They now, on their bottle, if you read it, it's got a little patch up on the top of the bottle. It says 12. You're assuming 12 years, right? Kind of like Florida kind of does. They put numbers and everything, but they don't really mean anything. They've even crossed that line. 12, and you read this fine print, 12 blends of like their finest rum. So basically it means nothing. They put a nice 12 on there, used to be a 12 year, and now it's called Zaya 12 small print, 12 random rums we blended together because we're trying to trick you and still charge you $35. Like, in rum, I think it's madness. Florida Cana's guilty of it. Zaya's guilty of it. There's all sorts of them are guilty of it. The fine folks at Appleton's don't mislead. This is a very, very transparent organization that I think does things the right way. And man, this is a beautiful presentation. Beautiful presentation. Thick cardboard, kind of ridged, nice and thick and just very, very sturdy. If I drop this bottle's not going to break on me. Really nice story. The rum that makes up Appleton 21-year-old Jamaican rum has been carefully selected by our master blender for the unique character, flavor, and bouquet that they bring to this exquisite rum. Each has been aged in oak for a minimum of 21 years. The result is a luxury sipping rum with remarkable finesse and complexity. Love that. It gets better. Beautiful bottle. How about this, guys? God, this lighting is kind of bad. My mistake. Shoot. Anyways, it's a nice little letter of authenticity that says, oh, it gives you appearance, coppery, tawny nose, floral scent, blah, 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 mellow, orange peel, deep vanilla, rich nutmeg, vibrant almond, warm coffee and cocoa, palate. Baked nuttiness comes on strong, taste of molasses and oak finish, long sap-like, cool description, brown sugar-like dry. And then it's got a little statement of authenticity with a little bit of a kind of a wax statement there that says, hey, this is certified, like you have our word on it, it's 21 years old at least. I love that. Again, in a day where things are becoming cloudier and cloudier and shadier, the fact that they put that on there as a consumer makes you feel great about spending, by the way, only around $100. I know that seems ludicrous to say it's only $100 for a bottle of rum, but guys, for a 21-year-old bottle in a part of the world where you're losing, I would imagine, up to 8% a year with Angel Share, that's a freaking steal. But there you go. Absolutely beautiful. Kind of a picture of the plantation up there. Kind of a scene. Nice, big, thick wood topper. Got an individual year. Bottle number. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. I've been wanting to try this for so long. New glass. I'm gonna go snifter to go find rum. Oh, I'm excited, guys. Oh, I forgot my spray. That's all right. I'll spray it after we're done with the review. Gotta keep this one fresh. I don't anticipate drinking this one very quickly at all. So we're back on it, guys. As I love to do, a first-time tasting. All right. Here we go. Great cork. The cork started to fray a little bit. So, note to self, I don't want to be drinking cork. I want to be drinking beautiful rum. Can't let any go, can I? Okay. Here we go. Wow. Guys, you've probably seen my my regular Appletons, the Appletons Reserve, the 12. This smells different. This smells like some of the rums, the Zaccapas, the Atlanticos, the Dictador, the Diplomaticos, the Florida Canas, the Kirk and Sweeney's, all of those rums that are accused, probably not accused, are flat out adding a ton of sugar. This smells like that. And for them to achieve this naturally is quite the accomplishment, I think, on the nose. Absolutely beautiful color. I mean, it is like you melted down a penny and put it in a glass. It's just brilliant, vibrant color. Couldn't be more excited about this. And to share it with you fine folks. Cheers to the weekend, right? All right, here we go. Man, you know what? Sometimes when you kind of put something on a pedestal and wait for it and look at it and hope it's going to be good, you tend to be disappointed when you set the bar up here. I was afraid that it was going to be over-oaked. Anytime you get, in my opinion, whether you're drinking bourbon or Irish whiskey or Canadian whiskey or rum in this case, you start pushing 15 years plus, it gets pretty oaky pretty quickly. This is a beautiful 21-year-old rum. Wow, that nose even got more alive here as it's breathed. I think I'm trying not to get caught up in the moment, but this has got to be in my top 2 or 3 rums, no question. The viscosity of it, it's just a little bit oily, a little bit buttery. You're right, they're right when they said somewhere they were at almonds. Absolutely, almonds, pecans, brown sugar all over it, vanilla, a little bit of mint almost, toffees. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of a fine aged rum. Tip my cap to you guys at Appleton's. This is something I look forward to enjoying on special occasions, certainly in the future. I'm going to give this a straight up 9. And just because, again, I always like to leave 9.5s and 10s to something that you got to leave something, right? But that's an absolutely brilliant, delicious rum. Wow. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you so very much. One last thing. Couple things I wanted to leave you with. As you know, I've started to gain more and more bottles over time, and some of these I'm just super excited to share with you, like I did this one. I've had this for some time and I haven't cracked into it. Some other bottlings that I kind of wanted to share with you as well while we're in the Appleton vein. A very, very rare 20-year-old. It's called the Signature Marquee. It is a bottling that was done specifically for a little liquor store in Manhattan called, I think it's in Manhattan, Park Avenue Liquor Shop. This is one of the more rare rums that I've owned. So it's 1 year younger than the bottling we just cracked into, but much more rare. You can't get that at any store you walk into, that's for sure. And then probably the crown jewel of my rum collection, Appleton 30. I've read, so I don't know if you know, Appleton has a 21, a 30, and a 50. I've actually read reviews on this guy. They kind of talk about my fear here with this being over-oaked. I don't know, frankly, if I'll ever crack into this or not. This is maybe a shelf trophy, if you will. But anyways, those are 2 more Appletons that I would consider cracking into. On the Crown Royal side, I do have a couple that I want to share with you guys. I think the last time we got together, I did not own this one, the XR Red, the Waterloo distillate. Have a couple of these now that I'm probably planning on at least breaking into one for you guys and tasting that bad boy. I have 2 of the bottlings of the 15-year. This is the first. That's kind of what the bottle looks like there. The later bottling of this one, that last one was, I think, bottled in the late 80s. This one is another 15-year-old, just with a different bottle design, more of the early 90s. And then finally, sorry, I know this is kind of bad class, kind of getting off out of my chair there. They have a 10-year age statement. So there's a couple more bottles that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys at some point. I just have so much I want to do. So I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a teaser. So, as always, until next time, and guys, it feels so good to be back with you, and I hope you enjoyed today's reviews. I don't know if I'm going to get consistent with this double review because I just frankly feel rushed. But maybe for the time being, to maybe get caught up a little bit, maybe we'll try that. So, again, guys, as always, until next time, love you, glasses up. Talk to you soon.